What ahankar is he talking about? Like she said no, so he's like, that's ahankar.
I just saw this happening on Twitter few days back, and it is the same guy, and he wrote that I asked this girl out at my office, and then he's like, she didn't talk to me, and she is not even that good looking. I know these gold diggers. Why did you ask her out?
You asked her out.
And then she's not replying, so you're like, this is a gold digger.
Yeah.
Long years ago, we made a trip with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge.
8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से
चीफ मिनिस्टर के लिए मेरा एक ही संदेश है कि वो राजधर्म का पालन करें।
हार्डवेयर वालों की सोच क्या होती है, हार्ड वर्क वालों की सोच क्या होती है।
Hello and welcome to BhaJaPod Pop Culture Review. So we have our regular ladies panel with us. So I'm Richa and we have Amrutha here
Hello.
and we have Kesar with us.
Hi.
And today we're talking about the evolution of movies where we're discussing the standard trope of like Devdas type self-destructive characters, what happens to them, how that's been portrayed over the years. And we kind of end it with Kabir Singh and we go into animal a little bit as well. So we talk about, how Kabir Singh is also like a self-destructive character who's, who jeopardizes his relationship and that of people around him as well. And in the end, we discuss like how that's evolved over time and how the culture has actually kind of gone in a sine wave, like it's progressed a little bit and then regressed again. So we
Yeah.
discuss all of these things today. Yeah, so welcome to the episode of Desperately Seeking Devdas or even a Kabir Singh.
Yeah.
So today we wanted to start with we're reviewing Devdas across the years. So Devdas is, the classic story by Sharad Chandra Chattopadhyay from a very long time ago, I think early 1900s. का वो novel है
Yeah.
and it's been adapted like multiple times into many different movies. Fun fact, I didn't know that Mukaddar Ka Sikandar is also considered an adaptation of Devdas, which I found out through
Oh.
Wikipedia. I did not know this, but yeah, essentially, so uh, I think we just wanted to see the evolution of the story, how it's been portrayed over the years, and in some cases, it's been readapted to a different location, a different audience, and so. Amrita, do you want to start us off with the synopsis of Devdas, the
Sure.
original story?
I'll try. Okay, so Devdas about Devdas, who's like this broken man with daddy issues who loves his childhood friend called Paro, who's like his neighbor, and she also loves him. They love each other since they're children, and in between, Devdas is sent outside, like out of their village to London in one of the adaptations, and Calcutta in like the original one. But he's sent for like around 10 years or something. So they both like grow up during this time, and Paro still loves him, and he also apparently loves her. And once they reunite and they're like at the age where they're supposed to get married, of course they can't get married because of like their difference in like caste and class, but of course they're still like pining for each other. And Devdas then becomes like this alcoholic because he can't like win Paro's affection. And Paro gets married to somebody else, but she is also obviously still in love with Devdas for reasons unbeknownst to me. I do not understand, but sure, whatever. Now, because Devdas can't like get Paro's love, he finds another person who's like a courtesan whose name is Chandramukhi. Now she's also obsessed with Devdas for reasons unknown. Everybody, all the women in this movie just love him for no reason, but he obviously just wants Paro, and he just drinks himself to oblivion and dies in the end.
So I think the most realistic part about this movie is women being in love with a loser dude.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that is consistent. That is something, you know, we've we've all done. or
I feel
slash are
attacked.
still doing. I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah, as much as I'm bitching about this, I'm just like, some version of this has been done
Yes.
versus we also know people. Yeah, at least if you haven't done it, you at least know people. Maybe not this
Exactly.
big a loser, but at least loser to some capacity.
Yeah, that's true. We've all been there. I think one of the other themes in Devdas is always there is some kind of class differential between them.
Yeah.
So there's always, even though they're neighbors, they live in the same community, which probably is not something that can happen today, that you live next door to somebody who has like a huge class difference with you, where you actually consider them low born enough to not marry, but maybe that's still more normal. I don't know.
I think in the original one, they're not exactly neighbors, like they live close by. Also,
Okay,
in the
okay.
original one, they've made a point to say that they're both Brahmin, but like Paro's family is like lesser than. They really made a point ki they use some word, I don't remember, but hum kam Brahmin or some shit like that.
Hmm.
Nichi kul ke Brahmin hai, that's what they said. I was like, what is that supposed to mean?
So I
Really
think one
sounds
of the
like
things they have said is कि जो पारो की family में होते हैं, and they bring this up in Sanjay Leela Bhansali's Devdas, is that they expect dowry from men, like from the men's side, to get married into their family, and that is considered niche kul ke Brahmin.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't think in the Sanjay Leela Pansali one they say कि हम Brahmin hai. They just say
They
like
don't say
different
Brahmin.
caste. Yeah, this
Hmm.
one they made sure to say. I feel like in that original 1955 one, if it worked out for them, in today's time they'd be on some like Humans of Bombay page as some sort of inspiration, where it's not too much of a struggle, but just little struggle. They're both Brahmin, but like little struggle.
Oh, हमारे parents नहीं मांगे. Actually, let's see we can start with the first clip, right? So what we'll do is in this episode we'll go through like small clips and we're going through a very similar point in every single story. So over the years we see the point where Devdas and Paro they essentially have a fight or their families finally have the disagreement and they're somehow deciding to part ways at this point of time. So in the original Devdas, I think if we set the scene, they have like something has happened between the families that has caused Devdas to disagree uh, entirely with Paro's family's premise, and he's upset at her, and he's like, "Hey, there are differences between us, and uh, I don't want this." Our love to go through. Like he doesn't want to turn this into a marriage at that point. So essentially, this is the point at which, in all of the stories, they decide not to get married. At least Devdas does. So we can start with the original 1955. So I say original with the caveat that there are other originals before this, technically.
Yeah. There
There
were
are
5
multiple,
adaptations before
yeah,
this.
there were multiple adaptations, but this is the one we started with because I think this was a big hit. And
Yeah.
yeah, we can start.
Huh.
खैर पारो, मैं आ गया हूँ।
क्यों?
उस रात की बात तुझे याद नहीं क्या?
हाँ, और वो चिट्ठी भी जो तुमने लिखी है।
मुझे माफ कर दे पारो, वो खत मैंने जल्दी में लिख दिया था। न जाने मुझे क्या हो गया था, सोचने की ताकत भी नहीं रही।
चुप रहो, मैं वो सब सुनना नहीं चाहती।
सुनो भारती, जैसे कैसे भी होगा मैं अपने माता पिता को राजी कर लूंगा।
तुम्हारे माता पिता हैं और मेरे नहीं है, उनके राजी होने और न होने की जरूरत नहीं है।
क्यों नहीं? लेकिन उन्हें तो इस बात से इनकार नहीं है ना?
बिल्कुल इनकार है। जाने दो मुझे, रास्ता छोड़ दो।
पारो, क्या मुझे बिल्कुल भूल गई हो?
तुम जैसे चंचल चिताबी पर मुझे कोई विश्वास नहीं। मेरे माता पिता मेरी मंगल कामना करते हैं, उन्होंने जो किया है मेरी भलाई के लिए किया है। तुम रास्ता छोड़ दो।
इतना अहंकार?
क्यों ना हो, तुम अहंकार कर सकते हो, मैं नहीं कर सकती। तुम में रूप है, कुल नहीं। मुझ पे रूप है और कुल भी है। तुम लोग बड़े आदमी हो तो मेरे माता पिता भी भीख नहीं मांगते हैं।
पारो,
तुम सोच रहे हो मेरी बदनामी करोगे, कर लो।
मैं तुम्हारी बदनामी करूंगा? वो कैसे?
उस रात मैं तुम्हारे घर अकेली गई थी ना, यही बात चौकुट फैला दो, तुम्हारे मन को शांति हो जाएगी।
सुनो भारती, ये रूप तुम्हारा ना रूप अच्छा नहीं है, इससे अहंकार बहुत बढ़ जाता है। जानती हो ना, चांद पे भी रूप सिवाया है, इसीलिए उसके चेहरे पर दाग है, और तुम्हारे चेहरे पर भी ऐसा ही दाग बना दो।
So he's at the end of the scene, for the audience out there, he's actually hit her on the head with a stick because he wants her to also be disfigured like the moon. That is his point. So, what did you think of this scene?
What ahankar is he talking about? Like she said no, so he's like, that's ahankar.
I just saw this happening on Twitter a few days back, and it is the same guy, and he wrote that I asked this girl out at my office, and then he's like, she didn't talk to me, and she is not even that good looking. I know these gold diggers. Why did you ask her out?
You asked her out.
And then she's not replying, so you're like, this is a gold digger.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, they say things and they do things, and they were then later they're like, उस time मैं होश में नहीं था. And now that I'm feeling good, let's get back together. It's all of it is fine now.
Now that you're facing the repercussions of your
Huh.
actions and what you want is going away, you now want it back instead. And you're saying the other person is arrogant. Matlab ahankar,
Huh.
basically. That's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
If you're not
So
agreeing.
what she's doing, she's standing up for herself and her family. And she's like, hey, you can't insult me like this. And he's like, oh, I'll convince my parents. But she's like, मेरे parents, they feel insulted, right? वो नहीं मानना चाहते हैं अभी. Like, that's
Yeah.
fair, right? You're standing up for yourself. I think that part is fair.
Yeah.
And I think there's another thing they talk about, that she went to his room alone at night.
Hmm.
So that is considered scandalous in the original Devdas story, that she goes alone to his house at night in his room after she thinks her mom has gone to, uh, arrange their marriage. And that itself is considered like a very big scandalous thing. But it shows that I think Paro or Parvati she's taking ownership of her future, right? She's like going and talking to the man directly and not just through her parents. And I think that's what causes that entitlement within him as well. Like he thinks that, oh, now she's in love with me, so now I can behave anyhow I want and she'll come back to me whenever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I think that's just the theme of that story. From the beginning, she's just, I don't know why she's so servile from the beginning since they're kids, but
Mm-hmm.
he always knows that she likes him more than he likes her, and then
Richa,
she's
have
just
you
like, you know what, actually that's not really true. I'll stand up for myself. He's like, oh, I'm not used to this.
yeah.
Wait,
But have you
when did
seen
that
women
change?
around your like? Have you seen your friends being like this?
No.
I have.
No.
Nayat,
No, I
see,
haven't actually.
when you like people, you do stupid things
Yes,
sometimes.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like when you're in that situation, self-respect doesn't mean that much. Later you realize how dumb you were, but in that situation,
थोड़ा सा जब infatuation का भूत उतरता है, you have to remember, like in this story, he's not around the whole time. She is in love with the idea of him.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
उसके he's gone away to
Hmm.
he's gone away to Calcutta, or in this
London.
case, yeah, Calcutta, Calcutta or London, and he returns after many years. I think they say generally 10
10
years
years.
kind of
Yeah.
have passed. So she doesn't know the adult him. So
Hmm.
in this case, they are both like children, and she continues to be infatuated. They don't really have a relationship, right? They're just like two young dumb people.
Also, like
Agree.
when you're not with someone, they can't hurt you, right? So that's what
Yeah,
happens in those 10 years. So he's
yeah.
perfect when he's away. Yeah.
For all you know, she would have realized how dumb he was in high school and then forgotten about him and already moved on.
Yes.
I think her family doesn't get this insulted in this original one. No? In this 1955 one, her family doesn't. They just say, नहीं ठुकरा देते हैं ना मतलब
हाँ,
उनके
it's
पापा
not.
जाते हैं. That also even happens off camera. Like you find out from his
Hmm.
father that Devdas's father कि उन्होंने ठुकरा दिया. If I'm not wrong, I might be misremembering.
I
अ,
think you're right.
कौन से वाले वर्जन में?
Original
ये
1955.
1955 जो
अच्छा,
अभी
ओके।
चलाया था
अच्छा,
Hmm.
अच्छा।
उसमें आई थिंक ऐसे ही होता है कि बिकॉज इन दिस 2002 तो मतलब क्या दैट फकिंग किरण केर तो गेट्स वेरी बैडली इंसल्टेड.
किरण खेर को पहले नचवाते हैं और फिर इंसल्ट करते
Yes.
हैं
My God.
बेचारी.
Also, man, that Kumud character, I will shoot her in the head. I think if I see her, she's one vamp lifted directly from one Ekta Kapoor soap.
Mm-hmm.
There's one music that plays when every time she talks, very irritating. This Shah Rukh one, though, they get like very insulted.
Yeah. And the crit in all the Devdas movies is that Paro moves on and has like a reasonably happy life. Not like happy as in she's in love with the guy she's married, because that's their second marriage. But at least in Dev.D, she seems very happy. Like she's
Yes.
Yeah,
completely
I think
moved
that
on.
was,
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
that's the one thing that progressed.
Hmm.
Yes, that is the one thing that progressed. In the original one, I think she's still in love. The interesting thing is in all of these in all these Devdas movies, they actually need the Chandramukhi character is very interesting because
Yeah.
she exists sort of in a way to call him out. Like she's the one who kind of tells him that you're stupid, and that's why he can never completely be in love with Chandramukhi because she calls out a lot of his BS, but she's still in love with him as she's calling out
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
BS.
At least she's self-aware. She's like, you're so stupid, but I love you.
Yeah.
Which is so much worse.
I think she loves how he loves Paro, which
Yes,
is very
that
interesting.
yes, that can be a reason. Like, okay,
No,
I
uh,
feel like she wishes she had it.
mm,
yeah, I think she wants it because she can't have it.
huh,
Yeah, her
that's also
profession
a
is also very
reason.
important to this story.
Yes,
Her
so she's a
profession and how it's
courtesan.
viewed.
What is how do you define a courtesan? Is it somewhere in between a geisha and a prostitute, right?
Yeah.
Or a sex worker? But somewhere in between, like not exactly like a sex worker, more like a place where
She
I
just,
don't.
I think, dances, right?
She dances, yeah.
उसमें बस for others' entertainment. Say, prostitute, I don't know, but she just dances. क्योंकि
No, it is sex work only because like
Yeah,
at least in the 2002 one she says also.
oh,
yeah.
oh
And
yeah,
same in Dev.D.
later, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in Dev.D to yeah.
In Dev.D, she's a CSW, like a sex worker.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think in the older times they had there were different depictions of this, which is it's just like a cultural difference, right? They also dance and
Yeah.
entertain, and men go there to drink and have a good time. So yeah, that's basically what Devdas does. So Chandramukhi is, I think, like the character of Chandramukhi is not someone who sees herself have a happy ending, and that is why she chooses like this Devdas with whom she knows that he's never going to be in love with her, and they're never going to leave and um, have a happy life. But she loves him anyway.
Yeah, because anyway, even without him, it's not like she was going to have a happy ending ever.
That's true.
Like she keeps saying that, right? She keeps saying like it's not, anyways, mohabbat and all is not for me.
Hmm.
Not allowed to have those feelings. Which is why I think with her it still makes sense that she she's love it she's in love with like the idea
Hmm.
Yeah.
of loving him or being loved by him.
Yeah. That's right. In at least the both these movies, so the original Devdas, he does die at the end, and he tries to meet Paro
Mhm.
before he dies, which is, I
Yeah.
think,
In 2002 one also, he
yeah, in
dies.
2002 one
Yeah, yeah.
also. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we can go to the Sanjay Leela Bhansali version of Devdas, which I must say is very long, very opulent.
Yeah.
They take very long to get to the point. Like in the original Devdas, it's the 1955 Devdas. I think it's like 40 minutes in that you get to this scene. In in the 2002 version, do we really ever get to this scene? Like it
Yes,
just feels like it takes ages to get
180
here. Yeah.
after 1 hour.
Do you want to play that scene?
Yeah.
मिल लो चलो मनोरमा
मैं आ गया हूं पारो।
क्यों?
मैं हमेशा हमेशा के लिए तुम्हारे पास आ गया।
जब 12 चौखट तक आई तब?
ना पारो, अभी भी वक्त है। मैं जैसे भी होगा अपने माता पिता को मना लूंगा। मैं कह दूंगा
तुम्हारे
उनसे
माता पिता है तो मेरे नहीं। तुम्हारे परिवार की इज्जत है तो हमारी नहीं। तुम्हारे माता पिता जमींदार तो मेरे कुछ भी नहीं। चाहे जितने भी नीच कुल के लोग हो हम बेटी बेचने वाले, पर कभी किसी को धोखा नहीं देते।
मैंने तुम्हें धोखा नहीं दिया है पारो।
फिर क्यों छोड़कर गए थे तुम? और वो चिट्ठी?
पर तुम तो जानती हो कि तुम्हारा देव कोई भी काम सोच समझ कर नहीं करता। वो मेरी नासमझी थी।
नासमझी? ऐसी कैसी नासमझी तुम्हारी देव कि जब चाहा आकर कंगन पहना गए, जब चाहा चिट्ठी लिख दी कि हमारे बीच कोई प्यार नहीं। नासमझी। और जब चाहा आकर खड़े हो गए तो पारो में हमेशा बारात आ गई है तेरी। हमारे जाने का वक्त आ चुका है।
मैं इस शादी को नहीं मानता।
क्या फर्क पड़ता है जब मैं मानती हूँ?
अगर ऐसा है तो मैं सबके सामने जाकर कह दूंगा कि तुम
रात के 2 बजे तुम्हारे कमरे में तुमसे अकेले मिलने आई थी। बदनामी फैलाना चाहते हो?
मैं फैलाऊंगा बदनामी? मैं? तुम ऐसा सोच भी कैसे सकती हो? पारो, अगर फिर से तुमने ऐसा कहा।
क्या करोगे? मारोगे मुझे? बचपन से लेकर आज तक अपना अधिकार समझते आए हो मुझ पर, और जब मैंने अपना अधिकार मांगा तो मुंह फेर लिया।
बस पारो, इतना गुरूर अच्छा नहीं।
क्यों ना करो गुरूर? तुम्हारे पास है ही क्या देव? सिर्फ रूप और दौलत? मेरे पास गुण भी है, रूप भी है, और आज के बाद दौलत भी। आज से तुम्हारी हमारी बराबरी होगी देव। अगर लोग तुम्हें जमींदार कहेंगे तो मैं भी ठकुराइन सुनकर इतराऊंगी।
इतना गुरूर तो चांद को भी नहीं।
कैसे करता वो गुरूर? उस चांद पर दाग जो है।
Exact same scene. What a psychopath.
So he doesn't exactly hit her with a stick. But he
With
hurts
chain,
her.
because obviously you can't make a stick look opulent.
And you
Yes.
can't have like, so in this case, the scene is just before her wedding, right? Which is different from the other one. And like, what is the reason for him to be carrying a stick into her room?
Yeah, exactly.
She's getting ready. That would be very sus. क्यों स्टिक लेके जा रहा है?
And originally he didn't. I'm finding that weird in that scene. उसके पास स्टिक कहाँ से आया? मतलब बात करते करते randomly he had a stick.
अरे वो नदी के किनारे है तो इट्स मोर नॉर्मल, लाइक तुम स्टिक.
What?
I don't know.
don't think
He's
so.
it's there since the beginning of the scene.
मतलब वो मिलने आया था
Yeah,
उससे
yeah.
नदी
He
के
walks
किनारे.
with her.
हाँ.
अच्छा okay. Just in case this doesn't work. I
Also, like, what do they mean? Like, she has like this tiny scar on her forehead, so now she's supposed to just, I don't know, now she's ugly. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
I think he's just a little petulant little boy having a tantrum, right?
I thought you were going to say little bitch, which I would have fully approved also.
Okay,
Anyway,
he is a petulant little bitch because he's basically like, oh, you think you're so beautiful?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that here you're not. And I think she makes an illusion to him. So now we know why they all like Devdas. It's because he's a pretty boy. And she says that in this case, like, तुम्हारे पास रूप है और पैसे है. Like, that's what she's trying to say. So this is where they're actually making a reference now that he is physically like good looking. He's a pretty boy, and that's why everybody likes him, which makes more sense. They don't, I don't think they talk about this before. But
I
yeah,
think
that's
last
why.
scene में भी वो बोलती है शायद कि रूप है कुल है ऐसा कुछ. I don't know. मतलब हाँ, but it makes sense. Why else would you like someone just by looking at them if they were not good looking?
Yeah. Even with Chandramukhi, some 0.5 seconds in, she's like, I love you.
Yes, yes. He just walks into the room with Jackie Shroff and she's like, I'm in love. ऐसी बात
A
करी और
loser
दिल चुरा के
man.
ले गए.
Here's a loser man that I will try to reform my entire life.
Yeah.
Project.
Fix me.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fix me. Yeah, that's good.
Can I transfer the love from Paro to me?
Yes. Yeah. I will earn his love.
Yeah.
I'm not the right person to review this.
No, no, no one really is. Is anyone really the right person to review this? Yeah, at least in this, I think Chandramukhi and Paro meet, and I think Chandramukhi is just curious about who Paro is, like what kind of a person she is.
Yeah.
So that's very realistic. Been there, done that, right? Like
Listen, she
everyone,
just
that's
stalked her
pretty
in
much
real
what
life.
everyone's saying. Yeah,
She just stalked her in real life. There was no Instagram that time. She couldn't
that's
see.
true. It could have been much easier. Like you just follow someone on Instagram and there. That's it.
Yeah, you make a fake account and then figure out. I have never done this. I am not speaking from experience.
So I would
I
not have
hear
thought of
that's what
making a
people
fake
do.
account.
So he talks about Paro, right? And she's fascinated क्योंकि obviously like कितनी अच्छी होगी that he loves her. And I feel like ऐसा स्कूल में सब यही कर रहे थे. Either they were Paro or they were Chandramukhi पूरा time.
What school did you go to?
Any normal UP का school is like this. हिंदी medium ठीक है. I'm sorry, it's not happening in Hyderabad or Chennai. It was happening in UP. We
ये
are
कौन
more
सा स्कूल है जिसमें पारो है या चंद्रमुखी है?
We are more cultured, ठीक है.
But on a
They
scale
wear
of Paro
armor
to
and come to
Chandramukhi,
school every day. Continue.
on a scale of Paro to Chandramukhi, are you saying that all the women are on this scale, like
Yes,
Paro to
yes,
Chandramukhi?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Mostly it's
But I
me.
would still say aspire more to be Paro.
Yeah, because at least
Yes.
he loves you in some way. Chandramukhi is just there.
I think
Chandramukhi
it
is like,
happens with just single person itself over the phases, right?
yes.
है ना? Once you're
Yeah,
Paro and then you're Chandramukhi, or you're Chandramukhi, then you're Paro and then you're Chandramukhi again. So basically, ending is always Chandramukhi. I don't know anyone is.
At least you're not Devdas. I think that's the big. You should
That's
take the
true.
win.
Yeah,
Please take the win. You're
I
only
am.
oscillating between Paro and Chandramukhi.
that's really funny. I think a lot of it, like you can attribute this to self-esteem, right? As you're
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
like for women, I think, and especially when they're young girls, right? You don't always have that confidence and self-esteem to own your narrative, like own that you like somebody, own that, they've hurt you and you need to move on, and, you know, own just having the capability to be happy, right? Like just wanting to be happy and accepting that you can be happy is a big next step, to be honest, in your journey of self-esteem. And not everyone is. I think the implication here is that Paro is very beautiful in her own right. So some of that self-esteem, it comes more naturally to her, right?
Hmm.
Because she's obviously gotten attention from other people also while growing up. But I think, uh, for those who don't get that naturally, it takes time to build that self-esteem and that confidence in yourself, you
Yeah.
know. तो वो भी थोड़ा एक एंगल रहता है. That's the subtext of like Paro's character. That's why it's easy for her to be her. It's not that easy for everyone else to own that same thing.
Yeah.
I
And
I don't know.
nobody is teaching self-esteem in school.
That is true.
And even now,
Yeah.
nobody's teaching.
We're doing everything we possibly can. At least when I was growing up in school, we're doing everything we can to bring down women.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And sometimes even looks don't help, because
That's
there are
true.
a lot of people giving you attention, and then there is one who is not, and then I like इससे चाहिए attention थोड़ा फिर उसके पीछे.
Yeah.
तो sometimes looks might not help
Yeah,
to
I,
have
I
the
agree.
confidence.
It's
Basically,
not.
everybody just wants that chase, I think.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
all of them.
Yes.
All the three of them.
Yeah.
None of them really love anybody because they don't even know each other that much. All they want is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
You
fact,
were
like
saying something.
we'll come to the third movie, right? Dev.D. So in Dev.D, like Chanda specifically tells him that you don't love Paro. Like you don't love her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is not love. And I think the reason that I love Dev.D as an adaptation of this story is I always thought growing up that Devdas is such a loser. Why are we watching this movie about this loser who dies and who's really stupid, and there's no reason why we have to watch this entire movie about him. So I felt, and I was older by the time Dev.D came out, so I related much more to that movie. Because in this movie, like Mahi Gill's character, who's the Paro character, she owns her sexuality to like the next level. Like she's uh, she's in complete control of her sexual identity, and that also like triggers the Abhay Deol character. Like that itself, he's just like, oh, how is she so sophisticated about this? How does she know this? He basically wanted somebody who's uh, he can do whatever he wants with whoever he wants, and he can be super experienced from that perspective, but he doesn't want his future wife to be like this. That's why, or his girlfriend to be like this. He doesn't see her in that way. But yeah, but any further notes on this before we move on to Dev.D?
No, I think
No,
we
I
have
think
covered
that's
more
for
than
now.
we could have.
Yeah, let's watch the Dev.D scene, which is a lot different from the other scenes we watched.
Yeah.
भुवन की बहन है ना तू?
प्लीज भैया से कुछ मत कहना.
बाहर निकल. क्या कर रहा था इसके साथ?
जो तू करती है सुनील के साथ.
सुनील के साथ? क्या किया मैंने सुनील के साथ? बोल ना, इसलिए तूने उसके सर पर बोतल फोड़ी?
तू जा यहाँ से।
कुछ नहीं किया मैंने उस कुत्ते के साथ।
पता है मुझे सब।
सुनील ने बोला तुझे? कब बोला?
जब उसका सर फोड़ा। तू जा यहाँ से, नहीं तो तेरा भी फोड़ दूंगा।
So her father is watching.
लोमड़ी साले, तूने इसका सर फोड़ा रसिका को गाड़ी में घुमाने के बाद। तू करे तो सब ठीक, और मैं करूँ तो?
Will you please leave me alone?
जा रही हूँ। बोलने आई थी कि मेरे लिए शादी का रिश्ता है।
अच्छा है, जाके किसी और का घर बर्बाद कर। वैसे भी औकात नहीं है तेरी हमारे घर में शादी करने की। मैनेजर की बेटी हमेशा मैनेजर की बेटी रहेगी। जाके शक्ल देख आईने में, बिखरे हुए बाल, कपड़े पहनने का ढंग नहीं है, शादी करेगी मुझसे। गवार साली।
They feel very emasculated when they're rejected, and then they just
Yeah.
find ways to deal with it, I guess.
He's basically like, oh, she was with somebody else while I was around, or while I
I
was
was with
away.
somebody else.
Oh, how could she not just wait for me while I
Yeah.
did whatever I wanted
Which
to do?
isn't even true. Which is not even true. She actually wasn't with that guy that he thinks she was with. Nothing
No,
happens between them.
no, it doesn't happen. And the thing is, from the beginning, all of their interactions are really, really like flawed in this case, right?
Yeah.
And so he rejects her multiple times. And I think this is a final straw. And I think there's something that triggers in all of these women, there's something that triggers when he brings up
Yes.
their. Go ahead.
Yeah, like their
Class.
families are
Yes.
rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when
Basically, they're like,
he.
हमारा हम तक ठीक है.
Yes. हमारे सेल्फ एस्टीम का ठीक है, हम सह लेंगे, पर हमारे फैमिली पर जब आए, then they realize that okay, yeah, this is
Yeah.
not okay, this is a problem.
Suddenly, like, बाप पे नहीं जाने का is what happens to all of them. Basically, they're like, बोल ले मुझे जो बोलना है. It's all right. But how can you tell?
Yeah.
I feel like till they disrespecting you, and you still have some hope. Ki this is personal, like this is just between us, and he might change.
Yeah.
He might be mad at something.
Yeah.
It's just not in the right mood. But when it comes to family or something very personal or very touchy, then like
Mhm.
this is what he thinks actually. This is not the mood. This is what he thinks, and it's not going to
Essentially,
change.
I think the unit of the family has a, s- a self-esteem and a worth in their eyes that's already built up and already established, which is very different from your sense of self and your
Yes.
sense of
Yeah,
self-worth,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
correct.
So in this scene, you can see they did this very nicely. They showed her father in a distance. He can't hear them, but he can see them talking, right? And
Yeah.
she's also reminded visually that her father is there. And also when he's saying that, oh, manager ki beti rahegi. And yeah, as long as he's talking about how she looks or how she is or whatever, it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, this is the final straw. In fact, he's with some other girl and she's willing to overlook it. Like she's
Yeah.
not upset in the beginning. In the beginning of the scene, because it's an audio scene, you can't see, but she opens the door and with him in his room is another woman who then leaves, right?
Yeah.
And she's not upset about this at all, which is very, it's very strange.
She's actually
Yeah,
mad
she's
at
just
the
slightly.
woman itself. Ki, ऐसा, I feel she was mad at the woman,
Yeah.
which is true in most of the cases. Women get mad at other women.
That is actually very true. And I have seen this happen.
I
Like वो
have seen
सोशल
this.
मीडिया पे आके बोल देंगे
Yes.
कि stay away from my boyfriend.
Yes. My man.
And yeah, stay away from my man. And where are you telling your boyfriend to stay away from her? Like what
What is
is
your man doing?
Yeah. Tell your
Then
man to stay away from me.
Yeah, tell your man.
this much I have accepted ki this man is not going to change. Can you
Yeah.
please stay away from him? He will
Yes.
come, but
Yeah.
please.
He's a sad loser.
He will come, but you please stay away. Wow.
Yes.
I like that in the Dev.D one, Paro's not like this flawless porcelain doll,
Yeah.
though.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. And I love that she truly moves on. And in fact, there is a scene later where she comes back and she
Yeah.
taunts him, and he wants to be with her. Like, he's like, oh, you must not be happy with this guy that you're with. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm very happy with him. And I've moved on. You should also. But वो
He's really
आके
like, you wouldn't have come here if you moved on. And she's just like, no, I think you need a little help. You're welcome. Now I'm a bounce after this.
so she takes pity on him. मतलब
Yeah.
still वो आके उसके कपड़े धो के चली जाती है, which is very
हाँ.
weird.
Yes.
But at least she does it out of pity. Like, oh, this guy
Yeah, it's a
is
lot out of pity.
yeah. It's I like that.
I should have watched
And
this Dev.D also.
वो मैंने अभी I think recently देखी थी, तो I remember.
मुझे 1
I
साल हो
watched
गया.
their I think I said this before the pod that I watched the Has It Aged Well of Dev.D,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
which
yeah.
really refreshed my memory about the movie a lot.
Okay.
That it was pretty good. I think this movie it pretty much has aged fine, I think.
हाँ.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it aged
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
From
Yes.
the get-go, you know, Dave is like a fucking loser. He's never championed as like this lover
Hmm.
of anything. He's just
Yeah.
like one
Hmm.
idiot loser who's like good for nothing. Who's unfortunately won the affection of like somebody, that's all. And then she's just like, okay, I'll go get married to somebody else because I have half a brain cell.
Yeah. I think what I
And
what I love in all the Devdas is that he doesn't get the girl. Like it's not
yeah,
that his self-destructive loser behavior is rewarded. It's not rewarded.
If we are considering Kabir Singh, he does get the girl, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
yeah, Kabir
what I'm
Singh,
coming to next.
yeah,
So Kabir Singh is not actually an adaptation of Devdas, but I think it belongs
Okay.
here because it shows a guy who is self-destructing. Like he himself causes himself to lose the woman
Yeah.
he's with, and then he goes
Yeah.
into like self-destructive behavior, which in Kabir Singh means, drinking, doing a lot of drugs,
Drugs.
and
Yeah.
it's
And sleeping with
really sad.
whoever he finds ऐसा and
Yes.
harassing women everywhere.
Yeah.
Hospital, his
Yeah.
place.
The one difference he doesn't have, so there's some things about Kabir Singh in that one, there's no Chandramukhi also,
Yes.
like there's no secondary loser who is in
Uh,
love with him and calls him
no,
out
I
on
think
what he's
it's just
doing.
multiple women.
yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I
And
don't
they
know.
also
In
look at
Arjun
him
Reddy, there are like these women who just like him. I
like
don't
him.
know why.
Yes.
Yes, they like
Yes.
him. Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
that's
like
what.
absolute dog water. What do you like? I do not understand, but okay, whatever, never mind. Whatever.
Gen Z
People
is
have
missing
preferences,
out
I
on
guess.
a lot of these characters, huh? I was just seeing these people. Everybody
Who?
likes them, bhai. मतलब अब नहीं, not in our circle or
Acha, Shahid Kapoor, you're saying?
no. The behavior. I have
Acha,
seen
acha, okay, okay.
people liking such guys. मतलब I
Yeah.
didn't get it back then either. Mm, but people do,
See,
women do.
No, I
it
also get it. I've also seen it. Now that you say it, like, I have seen it, I just still don't get it. I still will get mad. Like, I don't care if I've seen it 10,000 times,
So
I still don't understand.
this is answered in Animal. For your understanding, this is answered
Okay.
in Animal, where he says all these poets and story writers and shires are just
we
losers.
should do that actually. We should do that animal one after we do this Kabir Singh
Yeah.
because I think I think you're right, Amrita. They're a little bit more related than we think. Like Kabir Singh, still it's outrageous and it's designed to shock us, right, into thinking that this guy
Yeah.
is there is something mentally wrong with this person. It's clear. He has unresolved trauma that we don't know where that's come from, and they never address it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't consider
I
it a
also want to say
problem.
one
They're
thing.
like, he's just fine.
Hmm.
He's just he. That's all. No.
It's a feature, not a
Hmm.
bug.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Also
Yeah.
want to say one thing, for all their like talk about, oh, this man has daddy issues, and all through the movies, Devdas included, they don't spend a lot of time actually telling us what happened. What is that
Hmm.
like? Why is their relationship bad? It's just
Uh.
bad. You get like two scenes, and then it's just
So in Devdas, they show that he was beating him up a lot. So and then sent him away. So that was the reason in Devdas. So first,
He
right.
didn't want to
I
parent
don't
his
know.
son.
mm,
Hmm.
he was always
I
disappointed.
didn't buy it enough. I'm saying. I'm like, ठीक है अभी okay, and
We should have a man on the panel for that.
yeah. All of them will start. We
Now,
all have bad
now,
memories
now
with
we
our
will just
dads.
guess.
Yeah,
We'll
fine.
just have to guess.
You're
Maybe
right,
they can tell
actually.
us in the feedback.
Yeah.
So
how
why do you
At least people
think?
on our Discord will tell us, if nothing.
how men keep guessing that oh my god, this must be so hard for women. We don't know why and we don't really actually care, but this is so hard for, so that's what we can do. It's so hard for
Yes.
men. We
No,
don't
but
get it.
he's
But
definitely
in
he's
Kabir
not
Singh,
been. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was asking. He's definitely not. I was saying in Kabir Singh what issues he has.
He doesn't even have a
Nothing.
family. Like he was actually fine with his dad. I was just watching it
Yeah.
today, na, for the review.
Yeah.
So he does some shit at a football match, beats up
Hmm.
guys, and the college has suspended him. And he's just like very chill with his father. And he called like, "I'm really sorry. There is some issue. Not sorry for my behavior. Sorry that you will be getting a letter from the college, and please just ignore it." And dad is like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll ignore it." So
So that's the problem, right? No accountability.
yeah.
No discipline has been enforced. No accountability. No repercussions for your bad actions. So you go ahead and you ruin everyone's lives around you.
I think that's
Did we
another
just
feature of Kabir Singh,
did we
where
just
like I think he just ruins everybody's life around him. In Devdas,
Yes.
he's just self-destructing and like pouring alcohol in the river, but like he's not like really
Yes.
irritating everybody around. Everybody just wants to help him, but their
huh,
lives
Hmm.
are
huh.
not actually
But
getting ruined. This guy,
we can't ignore that he physically hurt पारो. सर पे
हाँ
मार
That's
दिया,
true.
पैर में मार दिया, हाथ
हाँ.
में वो चूड़ी तोड़ दिया,
Hmm.
वो सब हो रहा था. She was really happy.
I'm saying they are still like whatever, they're related, right? In like Kabir Singh, he's just making it like he's such a fucking public nuisance. I'm saying.
हाँ
Yeah.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. Yes,
I
yes,
will
yes.
say in
Devdas is
Dev.D
not.
he
हाँ
doesn't. I don't think he's physically abusive, right?
हाँ हाँ.
In
In
I
what?
Dev.D.
in Devdi,
In Dev.D
Oh,
he's
in
not physically
Dev.D.
I
abusive.
I don't remember, but I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
thought you said Kabir Singh. I'm like गमला वमला याद नहीं है क्या आपको?
So basically, agar his father tries to discipline him, then he becomes Devdas. And if he doesn't try to discipline him, he becomes Kabir Singh.
So there's
What?
basically no winning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On a scale of Devdas to Kabir Singh, where are where are you? Actually, if you see Kabir Singh mein, in the first scene itself, he's having an encounter with this woman at his place,
Yeah,
and he pulls a knife out on her,
knife
right?
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he acts very psycho, like
yeah.
throughout large chunks of the movie, he's just psycho.
Sometimes I
I
feel like
you
even he can't make sense of the script.
No.
जबरदस्ती गुस्सा आ रहा है मुझे. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
My only controversial opinion is that I think Shahid Kapoor is just I feel like at least with Arjun Reddy, like I think Vijay Devarkonda still like it still looked fine. With Shahid Kapoor, it was so unbelievable. I'm like this
Yeah.
guy. This guy from Jab We Met has grown a beard and now thinks he's alpha male. It's so sad. Even Ranbir Kapoor is fine. Ranbir Kapoor was always just an idiot, so then it made
Yeah.
sense. I was like, the Shahid
Yes.
Kapoor just doesn't make sense. Not that I think he's a good person or something. I'm sure he's like also trash, but still, like, at least when I look at him, I don't think of him like that. And then I was like, it's
Us
just
time
not working.
that was in trend, right? Soft, emotional guys. Not like they were perfect, but I think that was the main theme of movies.
They were the trend
They-
all through growing up, like all through the 90s. We saw
Huh. Like
Shah Rukh Khan
caring and
characters, right?
huh. Yes.
Kuch Kuch
Yes.
Hota Hai, DDLJ,
Yeah.
Dil To Pagal Hai. These are all like
Kal Ho Na
soft
Ho.
characters. Kal Ho Na Ho,
Yeah,
Yes.
all of them.
Jab We
They,
Met. Like the
they were
romantic hero.
yes. Yes. That's what.
Where is
And
the
now
romance?
it has turned into beards now. They are growing beards and abusing people. I don't know.
I'm gonna blame Virat Kohli for this.
Yes, why not? Yes.
Virat Kohli wanted to change his baby face, chubby face image into like this bearded fellow. And then at some point, half the Indian team looked exactly the same with the exact same beards.
Yeah.
I didn't understand this.
That's a
And
Delhi guy prototype.
but it only happened like 10 years ago.
Haha.
It wasn't the case before that.
Yeah. All the Delhi guys look the same now.
Yeah, and I call it the Shivaji beard because I think like it's that
Yes.
typical
Huh.
beard. I think Urta Punjab mein Shahid did that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was Shahid first or Kohli first, but I'm gonna blame Kohli for this. Um, but yeah, do we want to see that
Yeah.
scene from
Kamla
Kabir
scene.
Singh? Kamla
Yes.
scene?
Very
Sure.
much.
We call it. Yeah.
Kamla scene. Oh, nice. Aayega. Fine. That's the whole movie. You type Kabir Singh abusive scene, that's the whole movie. Filmy language में बात किया तो is the title of the video.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to play the complete scene? जहाँ से ये आ रहा है या फिर पूरा लड़ाई वड़ाई सब होता रहता है?
थोड़ा लड़ाई देख लेते हैं. I think, yeah. And then
Very
we can
entitled.
stop.
Very entitled. हर जगह.
हाँ भाई ओए ओए बाहर चल
प्लीज अंदर जाना ये मेरा पर्सनल मैटर
ओ अंकल जी ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੀਟੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਕਿਆ ਕੁੜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵਰਤਾਵਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਂ ਬਲੱਡੀ ਸਰਜਨ ਕੋਈ ਰੋਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਰੋਮੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਦੋ ਮੂੰਹੇ ਨਾਗ ਮਾਈ ਜਾਵੇ ਨਿਕਲ ਆਈ ਜਾਵੇ who the kiss this guy ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ this is the way it's going to be this is the way it is I want it okay I'm done I'm leaving
कबीर वेट कबीर नो कबीर कबीर प्लीज वेट कबीर प्लीज
बताना चाहिए था ना अपने पापा जी को कि तेरे और मेरे बीच में क्या हुआ है
तू ये क्या इशारे कर रहे हो
तो क्या करूं मैजिकल पोएट्री में समझाऊं तो भी उनको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा क्योंकि तेरे पापा जी और मम्मी जी के बीच में कुछ है ही नहीं That's why they don't understand what's going on between you and me. That's a problem.
प्रीति बस बहुत हो गया अब अंदर चल हमारे माँ बाप के बारे में कुछ भी बोले जा रहा है ये आदमी कभी डोंट प्लीज नो
प्रीति व्हाट हैपेंड ए कौन है बे तू 100 नंबर कॉल कर
So he kisses her in the middle of
हटा दे
You tell them.
That will tell people who he is.
Do I deserve this?
कभी प्यार में डिजर्व रिस्पेक्ट क्या होता है
फिल्मी लैंग्वेज में बात किया ना तो एक कान के नीचे बजा के दूंगा What's wrong with your father? प्यार से बात कर तो समझ में नहीं आता उसको इस डमा व्हाट
कभी he is my father
So तो क्या वापस बोल He's my father गंदी गंदी गालियां दूंगा You know what, Preeti? Imagine this is not 2019. ये राजा महाराजाओं का टाइम है. If at that time he came between you and me, what would I have done? I would have waged war against him. बेड़ियों में बंद करके सील के केज के अंदर डाल के तो उनके सामने शादी मनाता तुझसे. Traditional style.
पागल हो गए तुम भी completely lost it.
Yeah, I've lost it. I've gone mad. वो क्या बोलते हैं? तू मेरी ये जन्मी है, मैं तेरे लिए जन्मा हूँ. You know what I think? तेरे पापा के पापा तेरे पापा के पापा के पापा तेरे सारे पूर्वज जन्मे मेरे लिए. So that they could make babies, who would make babies so that I could be with you. और क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? What the hell is this shit? Just shut up. 6 घंटे हैं तेरे पास. अपना दिमाग लगा और डिसाइड कर तुझे क्या करना है. समझी?
बेबी प्लीज.
Shut up. मैं तेरे लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ प्रीति. अगर तुझ में भी मेरे लिए वैसा पागलपन है then call me, otherwise you know me.
बेबी डोंट कॉम्प्लिकेट इट प्लीज.
Complicate. What complicate? क्या हो जाएगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. ज़्यादा क्या होगा? तेरी शादी करा देंगे ना उससे. Good. Go. Get married to that. I curse you to get married to your father's choice.
Kabir, wait, Kabir, please.
Leave me. Priti. Bones dislocate हो जाएंगे तेरे. Priti. Leave me. वो देख तेरे पापा आ रहे हैं. देख कैसे गुस्से से देख रहे तेरे पापा जी. Oh. What about your pinky izzat, huh? What about your family pride? What about your unborn child, huh?
Please calm down. Please calm down. Please calm down.
I feel sad for that uncle standing in that corner
Yeah.
there.
You think I can survive without you?
कौन है तू? कैंपस में कौन जानता है तुझे? कबीर सिंह की बंदी है तू, that's it.
सच कहा तुमने. मैं कोई नहीं हूँ तेरे बिना. Baby, please calm down.
Six hours.
Oh my God. You know, the biggest tragedy of this movie is that the soundtrack is really nice.
Yeah, man, even in Animal, the music, the score is really nice. It's very sad. That's the one thing that works in both the movies. That's what we were talking about on Discord. Oh, it's just like, I can't even
Yeah, I know.
Which one?
Can't even hit this
satisfyingly,
movie in
dislike
peace.
it. Hmm.
मुझे इस मूवी
So
का
what
कोई
did you
गाना
think
अच्छा
of
नहीं लगता.
what
ना
did you
ये
think of
Animal.
the
The score is nice. I like the score. Even in Animal, actually, the
soundtrack?
score is nice.
Did he slap her in this scene or not? मतलब यहाँ पे.
I don't
इधर
think
नहीं,
so.
कभी
He
तो
didn't
करता
ना.
है.
He no. In this scene itself, it slaps her. इन्होंने edit out कर दिया है वो part. Because I was watching
हाँ.
the movie. Yeah,
हाँ
he
क्या?
slaps her. Yes,
Okay.
yes. He slaps her. Yeah.
I know he slaps her somewhere. I didn't know if it was
Yeah,
this
in
scene or
Arjun Reddy
somewhere
also,
else.
I know somewhere he slaps her.
No, in this scene itself, he slaps her. And I think that slaps out the love. And she's like, okay, let me marry this guy.
Mm. No, it doesn't. She keeps trying to call him that idiot is like
हाँ.
he's
Actually,
He's
he's
yes.
done
so
drugs and passed out.
हाँ.
कुछ नहीं होता है. She's just it's
Yeah.
like
Oh my God.
मजबूरी होता है. वो
ये
कॉल करती रहती है.
this is the most irritating character. मतलब बिल्कुल ही self respect नहीं है. I know नहीं होता है लेकिन इतना भी गलत नहीं होता है कि बिल्कुल ही वो बोल रहा है तुझे जानता कौन है मेरे अलावा, उसमें भी हाँ कर रही है.
she's trying to get him to stay, right? So she's at this point,
Yeah.
what she's doing is she's taking ownership for reducing his anger and resolving his tantrum, right? So easily she's saying whatever she can to get him to stay and to get him to calm down and to be sensible about things. Whereas the thing that she should do is like let him do whatever he wants, right? Like it's not your responsibility that he's angry. It's his responsibility to keep track of his own anger, right?
Yeah.
And
Be an adult, take control of your own emotions, and learn how to
Yes.
calm down. Because you're a bloody surgeon. That's why.
The
and he
thing
says
that I
ये
find
हाँ
go ahead.
continue.
आप
मैं बोल
continue.
रही थी कि बोलता है कि वो बोल रही क्या बोल रही थी वो जिसमें बोलता है फिल्मी बातें. हाँ प्यार में सेल्फ क्या कुछ डिजर्व या ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता. जस्ट अ बेसिक लाइन उसमें ही इज लाइक फिल्मी बातें मत करो एंड देन ही इज लाइक क्या बोलते हैं वो तू मेरे लिए जन्मी मैं तेरे लिए जन्मी. ये फिल्मी नहीं है.
हाँ ये फिल्मी नहीं है. That's what for all his talk, even like Sandeep Reddy, Vanga, whatever the fuck, in or whatever order that comes, for all his talk about art is this, art is that, I'm like, you're a director, you're a filmmaker, you don't consider that art or what, you fucking idiot.
and in this scene
Exactly.
itself बोलता है कि I love you, I can do everything for you. Then एक ही चीज मेरे दिमाग में है, बोलने नहीं दे रहा है बस but he'll do everything for
हाँ
her. बोलने तो दे भाई उस conversation में कुछ, हाथ झटक दिया है, भगा दिया है, पीछे धक्का दे दिया है, थप्पड़
it,
मार दिया है.
it's so ironic. He can't like suck it up in front of her family and not be rude to them. ये नहीं कर सकता for her. I can do anything for you means
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
it also means like shutting up in front of family who you know is not always like super sensible
Yeah.
and straightforward about
They were like
everything, right?
making out on their terrace, so their parents got mad basically before this. That's
हाँ.
what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I think कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ से they mean violence only.
yeah,
Like, I'll
हाँ,
kill
कुछ भी कर
someone.
सकता हूँ means
anything easy.
I'll beat someone
there is
up.
an asterisk, right? कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ means something in my domain in which you know I can demonstrate my superiority. I can do
Yeah.
that. That's it.
Emotional कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
हाँ. Emotional, be there for you, not throw a flower pot at your relatives, which is what he
I
tries to
think
do in the
at
middle.
her sister, no sister only.
Yeah.
Sister, yes,
Somebody.
yes.
Sister-in-law. Sister.
Hilarious.
She runs
My
away.
That holy scene is also so funny. I'm like, you
Yeah.
really can't get angry, so you'll just yell like that means you're angry.
God.
It's just so sad.
I think Shahid did an okay job. Like, he makes me hate him.
Yeah.
So I think he does an okay job in acting in this movie. But
I feel
He's just too lanky and cute faced to do it. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
he has to work hard.
हाँ. And I feel anger is the easiest emotion to say. I'm not an actor, but I feel like I mean subtly तो कोई anger नहीं दिखाता है. That anger is different when you just don't say anything, but
This
still you
kind
can.
of anger is
ये
easy.
sure बस I know you're
Veins are
angry.
popping.
हाँ, you're shouting. I can do that right now.
Yeah, I know 2-3 गाली तो मतलब yeah, you give anybody will think you're angry only.
But
Just a
what is
breeze
that?
of
He really, this Vanga fell in love with that Raja Maharaja wala line, and that ancient times mein, this is what I would have done. Like
Yeah.
he uses that trope in Animal also when
हाँ,
he's trying to
हाँ.
woo her.
He goes even back कि वो caveman के time पे क्या होता था.
Yes, हाँ.
क्या होता था
Let's
बताना
see.
जरा.
Oh, you don't know. हाँ तो so this girl is getting married जो कि बचपन में उसकी classmate थी. नहीं classmate भी नहीं थी.
We
Actually
can do the scene. It's on YouTube also.
oh it is.
Yeah.
Let
Amrutha,
me
you've
see.
not watched Animal?
No, I haven't. I've only
You
heard
are
it.
in
People
for
talk
a
about it.
treat. You are
I
in
haven't
for a
watched
treat because one, you get to see Ranveer Singh in his worst acted role I think I've ever seen him in.
Yes.
And you get to see
Ranveer Singh,
some
Ranveer Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor, sorry.
हाँ, okay.
Same ही तो है वो.
हाँ, okay, same.
Yeah. So Ranbir Kapoor, he basically this is the worst acting I think he's ever done. And
I don't think he's a very good actor to begin with. I just want to say that.
I
Just
think
get
he's good
cancelled.
in some movies. I
You
think
can't say
Wake Up
Burfi.
Sid and no, not Burfi. I wouldn't say Burfi because I think
Okay.
I don't
Burfi,
particularly like how he portrayed that role.
I like Tamasha actually.
yes.
वो मैंने नहीं देखी.
I like that movie. And I feel Ranbir is that guy. Because you cannot just coincidentally, it cannot be a coincidence that you keep choosing the same kind of role every time where you are troubled. And most of his roles are like that, right? Where he's
Most of his
Yeah,
troubled.
roles
he's
are
like this man child who needs a woman to fix
Yes.
him. In Animal, he
yes.
just becomes an aggressive man child. That's
Huh.
all.
So
Yeah.
I think he is like that. And it keeps coming up on social media.
I only remember that one Alia video.
Hmm.
She really threw him under the bus. I don't know why she did that. Good for her. There's this Vogue get ready with me or whatever skincare routine, some fucking video. She put like lipstick and then she's like, so I like to put it, and then she like wipes it off. And she's like, so I like wiping it off so that it's just a little tint. But my husband hates it when I put lipstick. When I put lipstick, he says, wipe that off, wipe that off. I'm like, my God.
Wipe it off.
Really thought she does the voice also. She does the like
Yes.
deeper voice also. It's like, why would you really threw him under the bus? I think you think this is charming. It's damn stupid.
Yeah. My favorite Ranbir Kapoor video is when someone asks him, "Oh, who do you look up to in life?" And Deepika Padukone sitting next to him, and he's about to say my parents, and she says, "Mommy, mommy." So she calls him out for being a mama's boy.
Nice.
And then he says my parents at the same time, and then we immediately see, okay. But
And
Ranbir Kapoor actually did grow up in an abusive household, right? His parents had an abusive marriage.
oh,
Oh yeah, there's like stories allegedly. There's stories of
can he
there's
afford
stories
therapy
of
now?
cops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he needs it.
Yeah.
But there's stories of like cops being called at their house
Oh.
because of a lot of alcohol related
Mhm.
crazy
Mm.
shouting and possibly domestic violence. I'm not sure about that.
Obviously रहा होगा maybe. So I'm sharing that scene where he's answering Amruta's question. Why women like you asked for it, Amruta.
Ritu.
So this guy जो जा रहा है कार में, she is going to marry him. Just engagement हुआ अभी. And ये इसके भैया का friend है, classmate.
I'll come pick you up for dinner tomorrow.
Also context. She has not met him in years क्योंकि ये चला गया था अमेरिका. अभी वापस आया है.
Oh my
तो
God,
ये
this is very much Devdas.
हाँ तो तो मतलब इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट क्योंकि बिल्कुल ही नहीं जानती अभी सीधे एंगेजमेंट लाइक ही लैंडेड एंड सीधे एंगेजमेंट में ही आ गया है तो कोई बात कुछ नहीं हो रही है
Tomorrow. चलिए.
तुझे तो अमेरिका जाना था ना? MBA PhD करनी थी. क्या हुआ?
अप्लाई किया और हो भी गया प्रिंसटन यूनिवर्सिटी में. अरविंद वहीं काम करते हैं. तभी पापा ने बोला कि ही इज द राइट मैच. पढ़ाई भी हो जाएगी और शादी.
और तूने हाँ बोल दिया.
हाँ मतलब एंगेजमेंट के लिए हाँ बोल.
मतलब शादी के लिए भी हाँ बोल दिया.
हाँ.
तेरा पहले से चक्कर चल रहा था इसके साथ? प्यार करती है अरविंद से?
नहीं. एक हफ्ते से फोन पे बात हुई. 2 दिन पहले वो यूएस आया. आज एंगेजमेंट.
तुझे पता है पहले लड़कियां लड़कों को कैसे सिलेक्ट करती थी?
पहले मतलब
लेट्स गो बैक इन टाइम. सदियों पहले 2 तरह के बंदे होते थे. एक अल्फा और दूसरा बाकी सब. अल्फा यानी स्ट्रॉन्ग बंदे जंगल में घुसकर शिकार कर कर लेकर आते थे और बाकी मर्द यानी वीकर बंदे सब में बांटते थे. औरतें खाना पकाती थी, बच्चों को बाकी सबको खिलाती थी. कम्युनिटीज ऐसे फंक्शन करती थी. पर औरतें सिर्फ खाना नहीं पकाती थी, वो ये भी डिसाइड करती थी कि शिकारियों में से कौन सा मर्द उनके साथ बच्चे पैदा करेगा, कौन उनके साथ रहेगा, सोएगा, प्यार करेगा, कौन उनको उनके बच्चों को बाकी शिकारियों से, जंगली जानवरों से प्रोटेक्ट करेगा. ये सब कुछ औरतें डिसाइड करती थी. ये पापा मम्मी, कास्ट, रीजन, रिलीजन, यूनिवर्सिटी का जॉब कुछ नहीं था. अगर तू वहाँ होती तो किसे चूज करते? मतलब बंच ऑफ अरविंद्स या अल्फा? एग्जैक्टली. तो जब सारी औरतें स्ट्रॉन्ग बंदों को चूज करने लगी तो वीकर बंदे जेलस हो गए. इच्छा और वासना तो उन बेचारों की भी है ना. तब पैदा हुई पोल्ट्री. मैं तेरे लिए चंदा मामा लेकर आऊंगा, आग के दरिये से तैर के जाऊंगा, 7 समुद्र पार करूंगा, ये लेके आऊंगा, वो लेके आऊंगा. कुछ नहीं करते हैं लोग. करते हैं तो बस
I didn't even realize you touching my feet.
Oh my God.
So Amrita,
My
does it
mistake. I'm
answer?
so sorry. Yes. I'd like to apologize to everybody who was subjected to that clip.
I
But
watched
acha,
that
this is when he
movie.
starts with the alpha wala.
हाँ, I watched the whole movie in theater. just to review it for a friend.
I can't with like reactionary filmmaking. If this was just a bad movie, I would have still watched it. But if you're just going to make something just to get a reaction, get a hobby. Maybe you need art, maybe you need poetry. How about that?
Also, like Vanga himself, like you said, he's creating art, and this guy is telling a
No, but
story.
he's
He's
right,
not
it's not
actually an
art.
alpha. That's
It
true.
makes sense, it's not art. His movies are not that,
Hmm.
oh, we have come full circle. Okay.
But I
But
mean,
yeah,
this whole obsession of going back and talking about alphas, by the way, disclaimer for everyone here, right? The concept of alphas and betas, which started with like herds of wolves that were
Yeah.
observed, is not true. It has
Yeah.
been disproved many times. There's no such thing as alphas or betas.
But
But
Vanga is
the
an
only people who
alpha. He
believe
doesn't
in it,
read.
yeah,
the only
Vanga
people who
doesn't
believe
read.
in it is our Wattpad girlies and Sandeep Bhaga Reddy. So, like, all
That's
I
true.
have to say to him is you and the Wattpad girlies have a lot in common.
Okay, so tell us what these are, because I don't understand this modern lingo. What is a Wattpad?
Wattpad, Wattpad is this
Explain.
app where people like write their own stories and like they publish it.
Hmm.
And it's usually like young teenage girls, and it's great. Okay, I still have the app. There are some stories that are getting updated. It's trash, it's full trash, but it's very entertaining.
But now
And
you're
there's like there
interested.
are a lot of genres. Yeah, there are a lot of genres, and this whole alpha beta thing is like a big thing. Like the
Ah,
werewolves and everything's like a very big thing, very Twilight-esque
oh,
plots.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They're very obsessed with like the alpha beta thing. That's not the kind of thing I read. I read more trash than that.
Yeah. You
Where
say that
people
now.
are, yeah, no, for real. They're just falling in love with these guys who suddenly just have some gangster wala background, some gangsters like behind their life. Those are the kind that I read. I can't with like werewolves. I don't understand.
So the trash that I grew up reading was always like Nicholas Sparks novels, which are like
Yes.
very romance and
Yeah.
very soft heroes, and they're not at all like this. So this is not, I don't know what the current generation is growing up on, but this is ugh.
I can tell about myself why I relate with Paro and Chandramukhi a lot, because I grew up reading Premchand, and Premchand's heroines are very
Oh.
they gain self respect at the very end कि अब बहुत हो गया है अब नहीं हो पाएगा मेरे से, because ये मानसरोवर की जो फर्स्ट स्टोरी, एक मानसरोवर इज अ स्टोरी कलेक्शन, तो उसमें फर्स्ट स्टोरी है, दैट गर्ल इज राइटिंग हर टू हर हस्बैंड लेटर्स, एंड every letter keeps getting worse and worse कि why are you not replying, why are you not talking to me, what did I do. वो कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहा है, कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहा, रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा है, वो शादी करके बस चला गया है. Or the narrator who is in the story, he's telling ki I don't understand why is this guy not replying, I don't understand how she loves him so much, or matlab just shaadi hui and she loves him so much, and I understand, I get that. You can be like that, but just like मतलब वो मना बिल्कुल कुछ रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दे रहा है, मना कर रहा है, बिल्कुल ही इंसल्ट हो जा रही है, वो नहीं मान रहे. And in the end, she gets to know कि he wanted her parents to pay for his studies in London or something, and which I think her parents forgot. एक बार ऐसा ऐसा मेंशन किया होगा या जो भी कुछ तो हुआ, तो दे फॉरगॉट. एंड किसी तरह ये पता चलता है, हाँ ये नैरेटर ही जाता है कि क्यों रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहे, क्यों बात नहीं कर रहे, तो वो बताते हैं कि बोला था कि पैसे देंगे एंड दे डिडंट, सो व्हाई शुड आई टॉक टू हर. एंड देन शी इज लाइक, ओ माय गॉड, this guy is an asshole. I can't talk to him. And her parents are like, this is a very small thing, we can give him the money, we can sponsor his studies, that is no issue if that gets your marriage going. She's like, no, I am not paying someone to be with me. So just in last 4 lines, and my brother, so he was reading this story recently and he was like, इसके साथ क्या दिक्कत है इस औरत के साथ, ये इतना गिरी क्यों जा रही है, हर लेटर में गिरती जा रही है, प्लीज वेट.
गिरी क्यों जा रही है?
वो यही बोलता है, वो इस तरह के कैरेक्टर्स को यही बोलता है, इतनी गिरी क्यों है ये प्यार में. फिर उसके बाद मैंने बोला प्लीज वेट फॉर द एंड, देखा हाँ हाँ, फिर पूरा स्टोरी खत्म करके लाइक हाँ नाइस स्टोरी, अच्छा किया एंड में. तो दैट्स व्हाई I am the way I am. Premchand is to blame here.
All
सेल्फ
right.
रेस्पेक्ट बहुत एंड में दिया है उन्होंने.
They are, I don't think, like, I mean, Premchand also wrote like 50, 60 years ago. Kitna? It was a long time
Yeah,
ago. Right? Those stories are of like
that's true.
a slightly
1900s,
older.
early
Ah,
1900s.
okay, so even
Hmm.
100 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So I was off by like 50 years. Okay. What's the big deal? But yeah, like I I think like what he's trying to show is like a desperation. This is a natural human tendency, right?
Yes.
When something is slipping away from you, you try even harder to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Right? I understand that. But at some point, if you realize, oh, itni si choti cheez ke liye they were doing this, they put me through all this pain for this, that is not okay. And you get, once you know and you get that closure, then it clicks.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, but what do we think is the impact of like people growing up on movies like Kabir Singh and Animal?
That I think, see, I don't know. With Devdas, I think it's always a tragedy, right? I don't think anybody is
Yes.
growing up thinking Devdas is a
Hmm.
great love story. It's a tragedy. And the
Yeah.
Yes.
tragedy is him.
Yes.
Him being the way he is the tragedy.
And
He's
he is
never
not
glorified.
rewarded in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's not in Kabir Singh, like, I don't know
He
what
get.
he apparently. So
Hmm.
I was watching some interview with this idiot. He, I think Anupama Chopra interviewed him, and then
Vanga.
he was telling her that I don't want to even like I don't want to say his name, whatever. So he basically was saying ki, so she asked ki, what do you think about like the glorification and everything, and he's like, I don't think he's glorified. I think he suffers. I don't know why people think he should suffer more. I think he suffered enough because his medical profession and his degree was the one thing that was most important to him, and then he loses it. So I think he suffered enough, is what he said.
Yeah, because getting married to someone entirely different, not the person you loved, is equally. I mean, he lost his degree and profession because he was an asshole in the operation theater itself,
Yeah.
not because of her.
No. Yeah, that's what. No, but no, he was saying ki that only ki whatever his alcoholism
Acha,
and everything, because of
yeah.
that
He's saying
only
he
he
suffered
lost.
consequences.
Yeah, he's saying that's enough consequences. My point is, it's not, because what happens is dad has enough money. His bloody brother is paying for your fucking lawyer to get you out of court. You can't even
Hmm.
bloody show up to court. You have to do like coke to like even show up to court.
Yeah.
Or like, practically speaking, nothing actually changes in your life. Sure, you lost your degree and maybe that was important to you, but it's not like you're on the road suddenly. You're not. Your parents have not thrown you out of the. You have enough money still. So what really did you lose? In the end,
The
you also
real
get the woman that
consequences.
you love,
Yeah.
and she's apparently pregnant with your baby only. Like, great.
The real consequences should happen in your relationships, right? Because you're messing up your relationships, and that
Exactly.
is what
That's
should happen. So your parents, your family, they, उनके ऊपर क्या बीत रही है, basically through this whole
Yeah.
process, through your alcoholism, that you've decided to hurt them.
exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying ki, losing your medical license and all, those are not consequences. They are consequences. But in the end, he still gets the girl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
that's
he
because,
says sorry and she takes him back.
yeah. And it's because
As a
he
love
thinks their
story,
relationship is perfect, right?
yeah.
According to him, their love is really pure, which is why he got the girl back. Because according to him, they had a good relationship, which is where we
Yes.
disagree
Yes.
fundamentally on what we think love is.
They didn't have a good relationship to begin with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
consequences are not the same. Like you're losing your job and everything is because you have anger issues, and it's entirely because of you. But the girl is getting hurt because of you. It's not like uh, I don't understand. Like you're not losing your job because of her. You were already an asshole to begin with.
Yeah.
Even in college, you were you had anger issues, so you were going to lose your license at some point.
Hmm.
Preeti had nothing to do with it.
That's true. That's true. And please, Mr. Manga, please tell us what consequence animal suffered.
No,
In that, nothing only
nothing,
happens.
nothing. He justifies it with पूरा रणवीर का violence and everything and all the misogyny. He justifies it with Rashmika also slaps him equal, बराबर उसके लिए, like पूरा उसने एक बार उसको थप्पड़ मारा and that is just पूरा balance हो गया relationship
वो तो
दोनों
कबीर
का.
सिंह के टाइम पे भी वही बोला था.
हाँ,
I mean, वो
और वो
सब वो
मार भी
इंटरव्यू तो
कितना हल्के
everybody
रही
knows.
थी. I know this is very dumb of me to say, but ऐसे थप्पड़ मारते हैं. This is how you slap. I mean, I don't know if I can slap people or not, but क्या था वो? उसने कितना तेज थप्पड़ मारा था, at least यार.
Match the intensity is what
हाँ.
Professor say.
Match the
I was
intensity.
एक
I
तो you're
was
going
going to
to
ask
fuck.
something, then I
हाँ.
forgot.
Sorry.
No, I
Did I?
forgot. So continue. Sorry. No, no,
I
no.
think, Amrita, one of your other points that you mentioned when we were discussing this episode is how they show like consequences for unhinged women.
Yeah.
So from heroine and fashion, like उनके साथ क्या consequences होते हैं, what happens to them, versus how men, right, are portrayed. और उसमें differences कैसे होता है हमारे movies में. Like it's very clear in fashion and heroine that, you know, this person is completely crazy and they're not glorified
Yeah. And
at all.
crazy women, men don't like, no. Somehow women are attracted to like crazy, unhinged men because they want to fix them. When it comes to crazy women, everybody wants to get away.
Yeah.
Everybody's reputation is on the line. Nobody wants to be associated. There'll be like this one person, like that Priyanka Chopra character in fashion who like maybe want to help you. There'll be one person. And it always ends badly. She doesn't die in heroine, no. She dies in fashion. Kangana Ranaut dies in fashion, and even in Dirty Picture, like Vidya Balan, that's again a biopic, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still, not that you have to die in the end for like consequences, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's never unclear. It's never murky. There are no two ways about it. You know
Yeah,
that
nobody
it's
within
bad.
the movie universe. Yeah, nobody within like those characters in the movie. Nobody is looking at them
with
like they're
sympathy
some
or
heroes. Yeah, or sympathy.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sympathy भी नहीं दिखाते. Like actually, that is the other
Yeah.
thing.
Nobody is attracted to this. Everybody is attracted in a very like, even if they are like in a really superficial, like really shallow, like
and
disgusting way, like in a very undignified way.
Isn't that accurate though? I mean, it's not just
It is
movies,
accurate.
It's
है ना?
accurate,
Like
yeah.
it
It
happens
is
in
accurate.
real
Yeah.
life also.
There are no fix me guys. There are only fix him girls. There are no fix her guys.
Where are these guys?
No, I don't want also. If they can just work on themselves, it'll be great. There is
So
absolutely
what
no
if he
need.
is completely fixed and his skills
I
are
don't think
useless
they
now?
are.
Wait,
I do not think
where
they
are
are.
these guys? Where are you meeting these guys?
What fix? I'm not. That's what she's saying. That where are they? I'm saying they
Yeah.
don't exist, and I don't want
Yeah.
them also. They usually have issues that they haven't worked on. No, I'm like, you work on your issues. We'll be more than
Oh my
happy.
God.
It's
Yeah.
it's definitely more real to like what happens for sure. But yeah.
So for women, they show what happens in reality, and for men, they show what's their fantasy
Yeah.
in
For
real
women,
You
life.
it's like
ever
this
heard?
gritty, real picture, but for men, it's like the ideal situation where you have somebody who like just takes your
Yes.
shit and like sticks around till the end, basically.
I think in
which
Kabir Singh,
which
it's
won't
his
happen even in
friend.
real life, honestly.
I think in Kabir Singh, it's his guy friend who sticks around with him,
Yes.
but doesn't really. I think he pushes back in one instance, but most of the times he just takes his shit
Yeah.
throughout the movie. He's just like, yeah, you know, you're the main character. I have to take your shit. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes. I don't think it happens in real life that much. Because in real life, nobody thinks of themselves as side characters, right? Everybody is a main character
I
in their own life, right? I mean,
I think
I
more
will
than that, you
say
can't actually do this, man. Imagine you're at work, you're getting a call that your friends waited. You're like, मैं meeting में हूँ, मैं बाद में करती हूँ.
वही
every second day. They're like, your friend is on the road. You're like, हाँ वो उधर ही रहेगा 4 घंटे बाद भी मैं काम खत्म करके आता हूँ, is what you would say.
No, but I will say with male friendships, I don't think they call each other out on shit as much. That's why they
yeah.
have less fights and arguments. And they say,
Yeah.
oh, women just fight with each other. No, we just like
Better
hold
at
each other sort
expressing.
of accountable, yeah,
Yeah.
and express our anger. And you guys just, you are okay with tolerating bad behavior from your friends.
And also that bad behavior is towards women most of the time. And they
Yeah,
don't find it problematic. क्योंकि जो friend
no.
सोचता है वही तो मैं भी सोचता हूँ. तो फिर मैं क्यों बोलूंगा ये गलत है?
Locker room talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah. So in general, like I think to that degree, I think in Kabir Singh the character sort of rings true. Like you won't get somebody who's that dedicated to their friend, but
Hmm.
you will get somebody who will
Yeah.
not call out their friend on it and who will just be
Yeah.
there to like,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know,
they cut themselves off from their life. Maybe. I think in
yeah,
real life this works till college. I think this
yeah.
works till college, in school and college. But once you get a job and you get a family, I don't think
hmm
guys do this.
Yeah.
Does that happen because they have a wife now and she's telling them कि ये गलत है?
वो भी
No,
सही.
I genuinely think you don't have enough time, man. In college,
You
who
move
हाँ
cares?
on.
हाँ हाँ.
Yeah. You just don't have the
Genuinely
same
think
time
you
for
just don't
friends.
have the kind of time. For people who don't want to change, it's not even like, you can stand by somebody if they genuinely want to change. They are
Yeah.
not even trying to change. How can you like support them? What are you
Yeah,
supporting them in?
Yeah.
yeah.
We've had like there were people in my college like this. Their fights have broken out where somebody was just like, how did you look at her and all, which was insane. They were surprisingly they were from UP. I'm not making this up. They genuinely were. He was from Lucknow.
ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं इस पे भरोसा नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. Very much believable.
I mean, I'm
This
also
guy
from
really beat
UP.
somebody up. All right, you did mention.
Not unbelievable.
But I'm reporting
It's
from
नहीं
ground, so.
हैदराबाद में भी होता है. हैदराबाद में भी होता है. इंजीनियरिंग कोचिंग क्लासेस में होता है. It's a very specific niche, and there are few colleges. There's college called Page in Hyderabad. If anybody's from Hyderabad, they'll know. Where
Page.
these fights keep happening. Page, it's called Page.
Okay. A
Oh,
fight
okay.
because somebody looked at the girl somebody else liked.
Yes.
What?
Or it could just be
What
an
am I
ex. It
supposed
could be an
to?
ex also.
So
It
what
could
am
be
I
an ex
supposed to do with
also.
my eyes then? Not look at them at all when
Yes.
they.
भाभी को कैसे देखा? भाभी को कैसे? This whole
Yeah.
thing,
Oh
like
my
immediately
god.
भाभी बन जाती है.
हाँ.
Yeah.
That
Shoot
is very
somebody in the head
annoying.
if they call me Bhabhi and all. Cheap.
They won't do it in front
Yeah.
of you. I don't think it happens in these days. एक तो India is so vast ना. It's not happening with us, but we can't deny it is not happening in Hindi medium schools in UP. It is happening. I know. It's not happening in our corporate offices.
Yeah.
I hope so.
There's always toxic behavior somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think even though matlab you see the evolution of the first two Devdases, right? You see the evolution. He's still much more softer like Devdas in terms of like he's not actually hitting her with a stick and like really psycho
No, but
technically.
genuinely he is like that's what I said this before also. But it's the 2002 Shah Rukh one is the only one where he at least like says ki caste class ये सब क्या होता है at least in the most fucking subtle basic way. But still, at least it's addressed. That's the only one. In the
Yes, yeah,
first one, he doesn't say anything. Dev.D तो
yeah,
like I said खुद ही insult करता है वो उसकी.
yes. Dev.D is, I think it's a gritty, darker version of it, but it's somehow like the character of Devdas is a little bit, he's more called out. He's not as violent
Yeah.
himself.
Dev.D is
And
definitely the best one. In this one aspect, the 2002 one is
yes,
softer, but otherwise
but
Dev.D
then
is
you
the
see
best one.
how our culture progressed and then got worse.
Yeah.
I know we can't hold individual movies as an example, but
No. I
it's
think we
kind of
can.
obvious, right?
I think we can.
Okay, we can.
We're allowed.
Yeah, because it's not just the individual movie, right? Even if you look at the kind of movies that are coming out right now.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
It's not just one.
Yeah, that's correct, right? So Kabir Singh, I think, was the first one where I think Arjun Reddy was a very big hit, right?
Yeah.
So,
It still has better ratings than Kabir Singh.
okay. What did you think of Arjun Reddy? Like, are there any differences from Kabir Singh?
I don't think so. First, I didn't see Kabir Singh, so I can't actually tell.
Okay.
But I don't think there were differences.
Okay.
Other than the fact that, like, obviously, in this one she's Punjabi, in that one they're Tulu, and he is obviously Telugu.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
about it. I think it's like a scene by scene, like literally the same scene, same thing, same expression, same everything.
pretty much a scene by scene copy.
Yeah, scene by scene copy.
Okay.
It's just, I think, yeah.
Hmm.
It did better also because I think like Telugu audiences in general are more regressive also. I want to like say Vijay Deverakonda, like whatever the movie was slightly better, but I genuinely think it's also because Telugu audiences are way more regressive. I'm sure you will find Arjun Reddy like movies and like Telugu movies.
I mean, UP people disagree with you.
Yeah, I'm just trying very hard not
It's hard to say. Like, I agree. Like, Telugu audiences, I think they tend to be a little bit more patriarchal than others if you compare with other places within southern India. I feel like they tend to be a little
Southern
bit
India,
more
yeah.
patriarchal.
Yeah.
But yeah, UP in general takes the cake.
Yeah. For regressiveness.
Ah.
Nobody else can claim that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But in Animal, I think he really tries to, and people really praise him for some technical filmmaking as well. So I think he just kind of tried to mix. Yeah, I think it's a very poorly edited movie, first of all. The pacing is very weird.
Yeah. Scenes don't
And
connect very well. क्योंकि मैं कल ही देख रही थी just to because in my head we were reviewing Animal also तो किसी तरह I was watching it.
so
So
I think Animal is a mix of like Tarantino movies with Kabir Singh, like the toxic masculinity mixed with
yeah.
Tarantino. Like, it's kind of
And
like
they
Kill
couldn't do
Bill.
it seamlessly.
Yeah,
कि कहाँ से
couldn't do
किधर
it
जा
seamlessly.
रहे हैं.
Yeah. But yeah,
Do you think he's watched Tarantino movies? I'd like to think he hasn't.
He might have.
He might have. Yeah.
He might have.
You don't know how many people I know who watch Tarantino movies who are pretty
That's
toxic.
true. That's true. No. That's like Nolan boys and like Tarantino boys are. I feel like most of them are very fucking toxic.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Nolan boys, you
Nolan
can do like
boys.
a separate episode on just Nolan boys, on these fucking
I know.
engineering science bitches who talk about Nolan.
Yes.
उनका favorite movie Interstellar होता है.
Yes.
It won't be Interstellar. I'll tell you why. Because the whole like fourth dimension is love. They think is too lame, so it won't be Interstellar.
So Amrutha, बताइए, what is the favorite movie of Nolan boys?
I'm sure they'll say Interstellar, but I think Inception and Tenet and all they like more. No.
What about Batman, The Dark Knight?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if they like those. I feel like the toxic ones wouldn't like those.
No, but I mean in general, the
Because I
concept
think
of... Go ahead.
What? No, what were you saying?
I was just saying the concept of Batman and superhero movies is very flawed, and it's like I'm sure they would like it because it's like this guy who's an asshole industrialist during the days thinks that he can, try and fight crime at night without realizing his contribution to it. मतलब क्या है ये?
It's still one of the better superhero movies, I think.
That's true.
Compared to like the Marvel ones. I do enjoy like the Nolan ones. The Nolan Tarantino boys do tend to be toxic. You are right.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Tarantino, they just watch for the violence. They take absolutely nothing from like Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Basterds. They take nothing from those movies except like violence. That's all.
Yeah.
Do any of you enjoy these action scenes? I
It
In which?
depends.
In Animal?
no, in general, in movies, even if it is good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
depends.
if it's
Yeah.
done honestly, and not just for shock value, then yeah, I enjoy it. If it makes sense and it's justified. If you're
I
going to do
mean,
it just because you're like, I want to see like brains on the floor, then
Haha.
it's just dishonest, and then I obviously don't enjoy it. But I don't mind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
yeah, like in Game of Thrones, I think sometimes it's done for shock value, but I still like Game of Thrones because
Yeah.
at least there's a story.
I like it too.
And um, I also like Mission Impossible movies. I think those are nice. Like
Hmm.
that kind of fun action is also okay. Tarantino action, I think now I'm over it. Like I liked it when I was in college and I was wanted to be cool. So,
Correct.
but now that I no longer feel the need to be cool, yeah, I don't like them anymore. Yeah, but I did like Pulp Fiction. I thought that was still like an iconic kind of
Yeah.
interesting movie. But like other movies like Reservoir Dogs and all those other Tarantino movies like Kill Bill,
Hmm.
they're just like kind of just very stylish, but there's no
Hmm.
real substance. Like that is my perception of those movies. But yeah, हम लोग काफी आगे आ गए
Yes,
हैं.
a lot of it.
But I think Tarantino is important to understand like what inspired Vanga to create Animal. Because I definitely think he's inspired by Tarantino. He's taken some of that Tarantino toxicity. Like it seems like he's a guy who's never grown beyond like a first year college student. You know?
Yeah.
Like उसका mental space वही है.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Any final notes before we end?
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We talk a lot about what's hard about being a woman in this society.
Sure.
What is hard about being a man?
Sure, you want to do this on your show, Faye?
Yes. Go for it.
No, I mean, I guess, Indian men especially have been kind of told from a very young age that you have to be the provider, that you have to protect, that you have to be the man in the family. And I think is there in men where you're always worried that, whatever is whatever I love, I must protect it. And sometimes that can put a lot of pressure on you, because sometimes you just want to like relax and be like, okay, yaar, I don't have to keep worrying about everything and everybody all the time. And I can just maybe be vulnerable and let somebody else protect me, Why can't we flip roles sometimes? You can feel like that. And it's fair to feel like that because eventually everybody's human.
Yeah.
We feel all kinds of emotions, a lot of men find it difficult to express their vulnerable side. And I think because I'm an actor, maybe I'm comfortable with it because it's a part of what I do. I have to be able to get to that place which is vulnerable and express it. And when you're an actor, you also understand that vulnerability is extremely attractive. If you're an intelligent actor, you understand that aggression cannot attract people the way vulnerability does. So you understand the beauty of vulnerability because it's only human.
Please be careful.
Kabir, please wait. Kabir, please listen. Kabir, wait. Kabir, please.
Long years ago, we made a trip with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge.
8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से
चीफ मिनिस्टर के लिए मेरा एक ही संदेश है कि वो राजधर्म का पालन करें।
हार्डवेयर वालों की सोच क्या होती है, हार्ड वर्क वालों की सोच क्या होती है।
अरे ये ना पंजाब की खुशबू।